Howdy, 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 and welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel.
Hello,
and welcome
hello.
back to Sci-Fi Sundays. We've got some fun stuff to talk about today. Maybe slightly less sci-fi than typical, but maybe it was the sci-fi back in the day. Sci-fi 2,000 years ago-ish, 3,000 years ago-ish, maybe a little longer. Actually, it's not 3,000 years ago, is it? I guess it's...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
a long time
Odyssey.
ago.
Odyssey was written
a long time ago. You know what? We've got to Google real quick and let's see how long ago.
No.
Let's just say how old is the Odyssey?
2,700
2,700 to 3,000 years old. Okay, I was in the ballpark. In the ballpark.
Close.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, before we dive in today,
Mm-hmm.
how's everybody doing?
Good.
All right.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Monk, this is your first Sci-Fi Sundays, good sir.
Let's
well,
not
this
be
side
too
of the
excited.
world. Very excited.
Yeah.
Before we
it
dive
is.
into
It is. Figured this was a good one to get in on.
damn good one to get in on.
Mhm.
So,
Guys-
before we dive into Odyssey talk,
1,200 years ago,
what have y'all seen this week?
Odyssey. Is that helpful?
Yes,
Haven't seen it,
obviously
so-
Odyssey.
Besides Odyssey, for the first time ever, Ted Lasso. I'm binging it now.
Ooh, how far did you make it?
End of first season. It's
Okay, cool.
It's growing on me. The first episode was weird, but it was growing on me now.
It's like
Yeah.
the best kind of weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Just don't think it's comedy because it's not. It's a comedy, drama, feel good,
Okay.
lots of different things are going on. It's like,
Yeah, I
it's
want to watch
like
it.
The Office than like an out and out comedy.
Mhm.
The British version of The Office, not the American version of The Office, which was shit.
Okay.
But yeah, the British version of The Office.
Yeah, no. Ted Lasso's super funny, super sweet.
Mhm.
And the underlying thing under all of it is it's sad as hell. So just
Okay.
just to give you some forewarning. But it's also like really sweet in that. It's like the sad bits are like almost like a forlorning sad rather than
Right.
oh my god, this person's dying and whatever's going on. Like that's not really part of the series, but you know, there's human elements that
Yeah, it's human.
pop out, you know?
Like it's what life like. But it has a happy ending. Everything works out in the end. It's okay.
Ish. Is there an end? There's 2 seasons left now.
Let's
They're
not
already
be secular, but it does have a happy ending. Everybody's where they're supposed to be.
This is true. Anything else besides Odyssey and Ted Lasso, Monk?
Right. Well, well, not really. I mean, the odd old movie here and there, you know. Saw what was the film a couple years ago that won the Oscar for best animation feature with the cat. Saw that again. From Latvia.
Stray? Is it the one that like it's
Flow.
essentially
Hello.
Flow? That's it. Stray's the game. Flow is amazing.
Didn't watch it.
It's
Was it
perfect? But if it's about cats, I have to watch.
it's like a post-apocalyptic movie. There's like a Noah level type flood that happens in the world,
Mhm.
and it seems like humanity's already kind of bit the bullet in a lot of ways, and all that's left are all these animals, and there's not a
Right.
single word spoken in the entire movie. It's all animated, beautifully animated.
Sounds boring.
And you would think it's boring,
Sounds boring.
and then you meet some dogs,
dogs. Cats. You can do
Oh.
what-
and then you meet a capybara, and anything with a capybara cannot be boring. Fundamentally,
No.
capybara.
Mhm.
Capybara, you know, it's too damn good. It's they're the best.
Giant rats.
And apparently they're delicious. I haven't been to anywhere in the world that eats them yet, but I might try them if I do.
Giant tortoises.
Ooh.
It's lovely. A giant tortoise. and then you get a shell that you use as a bowl.
There's a giant whale. It's not a space whale this time, sorry, but there is a giant whale.
Well, there's a story in there about tortoises. They kept trying to go from the Galapagos to bring tortoises back to the UK to like show, look, giant tortoise, isn't that lovely? None of them made it back, eating them on the way. Oh, it looks lovely. So the crew kept eating them.
Ends up with just specimens at the end of the day. You're like, well, just put it in some formaldehyde. Just toss it in.
Giant balls. There's nothing left. They're like chewing on the bones. Apparently, they're lovely.
Well,
Random.
yeah, turtle is tasty.
Yeah.
Turtle's lovely. Don't eat turtle. Bad.
Nope. Don't eat turtle.
Eat the little ones, like snacks.
Those ones, not tortoise. Yeah.
No, don't eat full-grown turtles. The eggs you can eat. You can eat the eggs because they crawl out of the thing, the babies, and they're completely defenseless. Sweet.
No thanks.
Don't eat them. They're very endangered.
I was about to say, what would a fried turtle egg even look like?
Yeah.
I don't know if we need to think about that too long.
Days.
Jay, what else did you watch this week, good sir?
I've been obsessing with Supernatural still. I'm now on halfway through season 6. And it's a good problem. The new series called Ride or Die on Amazon. I'm really enjoying that. So what's that? A Ted Lasso link. So because the big blonde lady from Ted Lasso's in it, I'm really enjoying it. It's good. It's not like a clever show, or it's not like a it's not big and clever. It's just a stupid. I'm really an assassin show, but I'm enjoying it.
Right.
I watched Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Hey.
Because I want to watch them. I want to watch them all the way through because then I want to watch the first 3. Because then Star Trek 4 for the anniversary is going to be in cinemas in a few weeks, so I'm going to watch that.
Yeah.
And then it's better really. I'm watching a lot of Supernatural. I'm really obsessed with things. I want to start watching like 3 episodes a day. I only started watching it like 3 weeks ago. And I'm on season 6.
Yeah.
I've watched like 150 episodes.
Yeah.
That from Sarah sounded like it might have been something she's done in the past as well.
Yeah, it's been a while ago. I wanted to do it again. Well, my daughter and I'm trying to figure out maybe once my younger daughter's back in her program for the year, my oldest and I want to do like on my channel, us doing a watch through of Supernatural. It'd be cool, but you figure out the timing to be able to do that. And I'm still working. Yes, David, you can get on my case about it. I'm still working on my Space Above and Beyond thing. Okay, still working. I did work on it. I honestly have been working on it.
You know the fourth in Supernatural. Let's watch the Stargate actor. Because
oh yeah, a bunch of them are in there. Yep.
Oh yeah, even I forgot his name now. Doug Jones. Engaged.
Doug Jones.
Engaged Chevron 3. He was in one a couple of episodes ago. He's in the start of it.
Yeah. Everybody seems like a guest stars at least once. Yeah.
Michael Shanks in it, but he wasn't a major character in it. He's almost like in the background. And I was thinking this must be after SG1 or during SG1, and he's just not. He's not the major character in it. He's not even the villain or anything. He's just there. I was like, oh, that's strange. But yeah, he was. But they just murdered Firefly and the Doctor from SG1. I do know her name. Oh, bugger.
Jewel State?
Oh, Terrell Rothery. The Doctor?
No.
Jewel State.
Jewel State.
There we go. Okay.
Murdered Jewel State. Yeah. She was.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was filmed in Vancouver, so obviously there's going to be.
Yeah, this is local.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it. I don't know what the years were, but I don't know if they were just like filming.
It was like 2006, I think it started, because it actually was still the WB when the first season came out.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if it's that they were filming nearby.
Yeah.
Supernatural didn't start at CW?
No, it did 1 year on WB, and then when when WB and UPN merged to CW, then it continued. But I think it was on till what, 2017, 16? Was it longer than that? It ran a long time, like 15 seasons or something. Yeah.
And it has like 2 or 3 spinoffs too, right?
No, I think they tried. There was talk of that, but I don't think anything actually ever happened.
Apple's nearly got something spun off, didn't he? But it didn't. I don't think it.
Didn't there's like a season of the Winchesters or something, isn't there?
Oh, right. That was like a couple years ago, like right
Okay.
around COVID times. Was that or right after?
Okay.
I
That
don't think I
sounds
ever watched it. I kind of actually totally forgot about it. I'll have to check it out. I don't think that did anything.
I'm
wrong,
watching
but I'll
lots
have to check it out. Yeah.
use things, but
You got stuff.
Well, fantasy.
where
Right?
it's supposed to be set, it was science fiction because it's not remotely historically accurate because Homer didn't work like that. So in
Yeah.
Homer was blind.
when the 8th century was written, it was science fiction because he just like picked and chose like the ships and the weapons and the armor and blah 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 from like
Yeah.
everything. So from that point,
Yeah.
so on,
Mm.
We
Sure.
can talk some of the good, the bad, and the uglies of the Odyssey here in a few.
What's that mean?
'Cause, yeah, there will be.
I will
You
see
can
it.
tell us if it's a good enough thing, if we do a
Mhm.
good enough job of upselling it or downselling it, whatever
Mhm.
aisle we take, you know.
Yeah.
But while we're talking about you, what have you seen this week?
Me? Well, yesterday was the 40th anniversary of Aliens being released, so I watched that last night. It's my favorite sci-fi movie. I watched some DS9, some Lower Decks, some Silo, some Mariners. I think that's about it.
Ew. Mariners do well this week. I know that's important for that other side of the
Mixed
screen over
bag.
here.
Yeah.
Right. The Americans, you can all F off. Argentina did not win that game against England. The referee was a complete travesty. And I think it's just because FIFA wanted Argentina and Spain in the final. And they,
You mean just how like they won the game against Morocco, right? Like fair and square completely.
yeah, they didn't beat they didn't beat Egypt fairly squarely.
Oh, was it Egypt? Whatever it was.
2-0 up.
Oh, they got
really
that.
dodgy
Yeah.
against them, and all of a sudden Argentina. It's honestly the only way that it was worse if the referee took the ball off him and kicked the ball in the net himself. It was a joke. We got the first yellow card, even though they kicked at one point. The one Argentina player elbowed
Here we go.
the back of the head and didn't get a yellow card. Complete piss steak. But anyway, I watched that as well.
I do love that as you start talking about Argentina, you immediately pick up the knife and start spinning it through your fingers. You're like, Argentina.
We should get to invade Argentina now because I think it's our turn.
Yeah.
They've invaded us.
Mhm.
It's our turn.
Payback.
Would it be a re-invade or an invade? Did y'all ever go to Argentina? Or was that more Spain?
Oh, we got Argentina when there was only penguins on it. We took over Argentina.
Just some little islands.
There's just some islands, and now we've so we'll put it back. But they can't have it, so it's ours. So they did a vote not long ago, and 96% of the people there wanted to stay with Britain, and 4% abstained. Not a single person voted to rejoin Argentina. So it's ours. You just sod off. And we just happened to find a load of oil there, so we're definitely not giving it back. But anyway.
Well, you see anything else this week, Sarah?
That was about it, I think, that I can remember. Anyway.
I think on my list, just the usual. I guess Rick and Morty is in session. I always forget to mention that because it's like Sunday nights when it comes out and stuff. But it's really good. It's really sad and funny all at once, as Rick and Morty likes to do. It's like sci-fi Ted Lasso. Just it goes really dark and sad, and then occasionally it's really funny, rather than super funny, super sweet, and then occasionally really sad. It's a little bit of a dichotomy. Outside of that, the anime I've watched is like Demons of the Shadow Realm. I did. My roommate had on Dragon Ball Super yesterday. I think like 2 or 3 episodes. And at the third one, I made a comment, and it ended up being about another 20-minute argument of how fundamentally unartistic Dragon Ball is. Oops, I went off on a rant or 3. I don't like long format BS like that. Sorry. If it supersedes the art, it's not really artistic if you're just fluffing everything up, you know? Sorry, Game of Thrones season 7 and 8, but same category. Outside of that, I went to go see 2 movies this week. Of course, one being the Odyssey. I need to go see that again. I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it in 40X though. So we were literally in the ship with Odysseus, rolling around. People were hopping out of their seats during certain scenes, especially like Scylla and the whirlpool and stuff like that. It was great. But I did go see a comedy movie earlier in the week. I meant to go see The Invite, but we ended up going to see Gail Daughtry Celebrity Hall Pass, which was it's a mouthful, but it's a Ken Marino written movie, and he's one of the main co-stars too. And I love some Ken Marino. He's not in enough nowadays. Give us some Wet Hot American Summer again, please. Just toss that entire generation of comedians back on our screen. Joe Latrulio is one of the main villains in it, and it's great. He's always funny. But the whole premise of that movie is essentially, I forget the actress's name. That's the Zoe Deutsch. Her soon-to-be husband finds Jennifer Aniston, and that's his hall pass. So, of course, he takes his hall pass. And then fiance, soon-to-be wife, walks in on him taking his hall pass with Jennifer Aniston and is like, well, I don't know if I want to marry him anymore. Like, this is what's going on with this. So her and her best friend are flying out to LA for a hair convention because they're hairstylists and such. And the only way to repair this broken relationship is for her to go sleep with her celebrity hall pass as well. So it's an entire movie of them trying to find John Hamm so she can sleep with John Hamm. And it's fucking great. It's so simple. It's so dumb, but it's so great. It's awesome.
That happened
Sounds
to me.
funny.
But she got annoyed when I demanded she dressed up as when she's dressed in the sort of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the leather thing. And she was like, "Oh, I don't want to wear that, you sexist pig." And I was just like, "Fucking put it on, bitch!" And she decided not to.
Did you end up dressing as Brad Pitt there?
I look like Brad Pitt anyway, right? So
of course. I was about to say Donald Glover, but that would have been a lot worse if you tried to dress up like Donald Glover for that.
The last 90 seconds of everything I've said has been stupid, so I might as well just say I look like
TMI.
According to Angelina Jolie.
But yeah, Gail Daughtry Celebrity Hall Pass or Celebrity Sex Pass, whatever it is funny as hell. Y'all ought to go check it out.
It sounds funny. I'll check it out again.
This is really clever. I like it.
The what? Before, I guess now we're in it. We're about an hour-ish away from some FIFA, so we got some time to talk the Odyssey.
Spoilers. Am I allowed to say spoilers? The Odyssey, it's only existed for like 1,200 years.
This story's only around for 3,000 years.
That's kind of like maybe not like hyper specificities. Let me know whenever you want to get into a hyper specificity, and I can put that up there. And Sarah will just do her la da 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 to tune us out for a little bit.
I know what the story is, so like the movie is the story, so what's going to be spoiled? Anyway,
Brad Pitt Troy movie. That's where it starts. So you see see Brad Pitt walk off. And
I tried watching that movie, just I didn't really like it.
That's crap.
It was okay. It was kind of boring.
It's not the Iliad. Troy is not the Iliad.
No.
It is not the Iliad at all. It is an original piece of film that is, I guess, loosely based on the Iliad at best.
Very loosely.
Seems like it was more about Brad Pitt running around looking hot. That's all.
I had something to say about Troy for half a second.
Brad Pitt.
There you go. Yeah. I do wish Sean Bean would have gotten another chance to kind of return as Odysseus at a certain point. I will say the most trepidatious thing I had going into the Odyssey was not Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. It wasn't Elliot Page being there at all. Anything like that. Realistically, it was Matt Damon as Odysseus. I was like, I love Matt Damon, but as Odysseus? Really?
Probably.
How'd y'all think he did?
He nailed it.
Right.
Yeah, he absolutely nailed it. He was great in it.
Yeah. I liked how he did.
To me, and I've only seen it the once so far, so maybe on second viewing the opinion will change. But performances for Matt Damon, Good Will Hunting, The Odyssey. Probably some Bourne films.
He's at the perfect age for it. If they'd tried to do this 10 years ago, it might not have worked as well. But Matt Damon's just at the perfect age. That, I mean, it's in theory based over a 20-year period.
Yeah.
And it worked. Wonder why his wife doesn't age at all, which was weird.
It's Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, Anne Hathaway's exactly the same at 20 years, I think. But she's a babe, so I'm not going to argue it. She can do whatever she likes.
Well,
but
she does kind of still look the same, though.
You see that age, and it really, really. But he's at the
I
right.
think she's may have had a little help in keeping herself looking good, but but hey, you got the money, right?
Yeah, I was about to say with the resources she had, I would hope so.
Yeah. Like they say, you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Nice. In case.
Yeah, no, it was peak Matt Damon's The Martian. Oh God. Okay, maybe it goes Good Will Hunting, The Martian, then The Odyssey performance-wise for me. But
no, I would say The Martian is entertaining. It's not an amazing sort of performance.
Dogma.
It's not like he actually lost 4 stone towards the end for that bit. It's all done a thing. Yeah, Dogma. He went to Dogma.
Dogma's great as well.
But no, Good
He's
Will
so
Hunting
fun.
performance. It's like saying that Martian's sort of a bit like the Bourne Identity. It's not, it's not a specifically phenomenon. He's acting and doing a great job in Odyssey. They're different movies, is what I'm trying to say.
Definitely. But The Martian's I would disagree with that just because the film, 70% of The Martian is just Matt Damon, which means he's having to do all of the work. He's adding the context. He's making you involved in the world. He has to do so much more work. And it seems kind of subtle, but it's really not because of how much he has to kind of pick up the pace and do things just himself.
Yeah. I know. I agree with you. I do know what you're talking about.
The Odyssey, I think, is just it's more of a feat for him because holy shit, he was good in it. Just like he's so good. Yeah, Matt Damon trying to get home, season 5, episode 375.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars have been spent on trying to get Matt Damon home. It's a lot.
Yeah. True.
Between trying to get his memory back to find his way home, trying to get back from Mars, trying to get back from, I guess, Calypso's island, wherever we're at. And there's a lot of Matt Damon needing to get home.
Always trying to get home.
Always. If y'all had to give good and bad and uglies for The Odyssey, what were your favorite bits? And do you have a bad and ugly for it?
Bad. My butt hurt by the end of it. They could have done 3 movies quite happily. They skipped past certain things. Felt quite quickly, like the siren, stuff like that. It felt like they cracked up. Whereas other places it was dragged out maybe a little bit. But at no point did this feel like a 3-hour movie, 3-hour plus movie. At no point did I sort of go, my butt hurts, I'm bored now, or whatever. You just by the end of it, you're like going, cool. A good film. That's and I've seen it with my new girlfriend, and she loved it as well, which was brilliant.
Cool.
It's one of those films I don't think I would be in a hurry to watch again. It's one of those films that's more impressive than. I didn't come away from it going, oh my god, I'm buzzed for the day. Let's go do something. But I come away from it going, that is a hell of a movie. That is it's like watching Schindler's List. I'm no rush to watch it again, but I'm still really impressed by it. I'm really come away like I watched that. And it's an epic in the proper term of the word. It's an epic movie. But bad, I think, they
very heavy.
They could have done this as a trilogy. I think it would have worked marvelous. 2 3-hour, 3 2-hour trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
But
they could have.
I think he's. I read Homer's The Odyssey, and I read it again about 6 months ago, knowing this was coming out. And I know loads of people that I don't think have read it have been going, it's not accurate to the story. And I'm like, you haven't read it. or you read it and completely misunderstood what you were reading. Because this is not a historically accurate poem, or it's not called a poem, it's called a thing that you wrote. This is like Atlantis and things like that. It might be based on some history or whatever, but it's the moral of the story that matters.
Right.
If you don't understand that, then you shouldn't be doing YouTube videos slagging it off.
Yeah, just be a little bit more pertinent information rather than just yell at a cloud real quick kind of deal.
Yeah.
Which
and one of the arguments are saying it's not historically accurate. That's the wrong armor. That's the wrong thing. Read the Odyssey. It's not historically accurate. It's all over the bloody place.
Still, at the same time, the armor was, while looking cool, it did take me out of it a few times. Actually, every time there was a new set of armor, I was like, "That's a choice." And then I immediately didn't care after that. But every time it came on,
it's supposed to feel. It's supposed to have a feel to it that's not relevant. It's more relevant to what Homer wrote than it is actually historically relevant.
Definitely.
But there's nothing in there other than maybe the way they did Troy's armor, which was almost like bone. I thought that was
paper mache.
What the hell is that?
And the Lystragonians are supposed to be savage people from the cliffs throwing rocks at them, and there's giant armored people, which worked really well for the film, but
it was visually more interesting. Yeah,
very much so, rather than people in togas throwing rocks.
Yeah, but I think the other thing is you got to remember is that what Homer wrote was very specific to what he did. You can make an entirely accurate movie of that, and people really do need to understand that the written word is different to movies. And calm down a little bit.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, it drives me. This isn't accurate. Foundation drives me up the fucking wall when people say about this isn't accurate. You try and make that practically. You try
the Cleon Dynasty was the perfect way to bridge that gap. It might not be part of like the books in the way it's written, but it makes so much sense to bridge the gaps of time for Foundation as a series. Yeah, it's too damn.
The best they could do as well. I think like the practicality of making a TV series, you need to calm down. Enjoy the books, enjoy the TV series for what it is. Enjoy the poem if you want to read Homer, but I would argue that a lot of people that are nerdotic, they're going, this is pretentious shit, haven't fucking read it. And you need to calm down and enjoy the movie for what it is. And then somebody saying, oh, this is just Oscar ticking. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Chris Nolan film. It's gonna be naturally.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of Chris Nolan. Or Tenet was.
Interstellar is your favorite film.
No, it's not, mate. And I'm not even going to rise to that joke because it's a shit film, and you know it is. I'm not a big fan of Chris Nolan generally. I think his movies are a bit up his own arse, and Dunkirk really disappointed me. But this is excellent. This is proper movie making.
It's amazing, and to talk about just magic hitting the camera. Hoyt Van Hoytema was talking about those dolphins being real. That's perfect timing. Yeah. It's amazing that they just pointed that big ass IMAX camera at Matt Damon, just staring over the sea. The dolphins just like
under budget, finished a month early.
Yep,
that never happened.
The only other time that someone's done that was, not the only other time, but the only time that Chris Nolan's done that well in recent memory, of course, was Interstellar, his other great film. Whenever he came in early and then sold the entire crop that they had of the cornfield, and they made their budget back.
That movie was meh. It was meh.
It's awful, and it's not scientific.
It's not horrible. It's just meh. I mean,
robots that are totally square, like a shelving unit walking across a thing. And where the flipping neck did that? I'm going to swear anymore because I've already sworn a bit. Where did that pigging tidal wave come from when the water's a foot deep? And they got all the math wrong on the time dilation. And then they've got that whole bit at the end. And they go, there's quantum. Piss off. He's hiding behind a pigging bookshelf.
I need you to have a whiteboard behind you redoing the math for everything in there and just recreate the meme for us. Just
I'm not rising to the argument. I'm not rising to the debate. And anybody's, it's It's scientifically accurate. Needs to read more.
Well, have you read theoretical physics at all?
Yes, but theoretical physics mechanics are not the macro, are they? You've got the micro and the macro, and they're very, very different. And you cannot the world of quantum mechanics and then hide behind a bookshelf. It doesn't work like that.
Are you 100% positive?
Exactly. Stupid film. And it's boring. It's boring as hell.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
Nothing.
I don't think it's any
Michael
more
Caine.
boring than this one, or Oppenheimer
Michael
necessarily.
Caine. I want Michael Caine in this film. He should have played somebody. You know the dude on the beach when he goes, everyone's going to die. That should have been Michael Caine. What the hell?
Oh, yep. Was it the guy that played Thomas Wayne in, because, I mean, we only see the bottom half of his face because the rest is, covered up a little bit, but I swear it's the guy that plays Thomas Wayne in,
Do you know, I thought
the Joker.
I didn't look. I didn't check. I thought it was the guy that plays the Emperor in Dune. I thought it was
Chris
him.
Walken?
No. No, the dude with the... Oh, no, not the Emperor. Not the Emperor, sorry. The big dude that they dip in oil.
Oh, Stellan Skarsgård.
I
That's
could him.
Yeah.
Couldn't be asked to look. I don't know why I'm sliding further and further down my chair. It's because you mentioned Interstellar and I've lost the will to sit up straight. I think Tenet's stupid. I like his Batman movies.
Yeah, I like the Batman movies.
The Prestige is still the best Nolan film, but
Prestige.
Prestige.
Love the Prestige.
No.
Yeah.
No. Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's amazing.
They got more pretentious as they went along, though, didn't they? The first one's like a really tight Batman movie, and the second one's a bit longer and a bit more. Let's wander off and let's do long, sweeping shots of things. And then the third one, you go, this film could be 45 minutes shorter, and it would have been better. But
my least favorite by far is Batman Begins, and then I really like Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises far more.
Batman Begins is a traditional sort of like comic book action movie.
It felt more comic
a little
booky.
bit.
You get the backstory and stuff. I like that. But
they grew as they went on. I also think there's an element of, and you get this a lot with directors, when they do something like that and it is massively popular, then the producers go, do whatever he wants, and then you get a bit more. Yeah. And the perfect example is Ragnarok and Love and Thunder.
Yeah. More is not always better.
Do whatever you like, mate. And then we're like, correct. Or the first Batman and Batman 2 with Michelle Pfeiffer in. And they went, Tim Burton's a genius, let him do whatever he wants. And then he Tim Burton the crap out of it.
I do still love Batman Returns, though. It's so much fun.
I enjoy it, but it's not as good as Batman.
No. Batman 89 is something special. It's something special.
Uber gothic and silly, but Michelle Pfeiffer doing backflips and then going, meow. I'm like, oh.
Hey, it's better than uber gothic and boring as hell. Sorry, Matt Reeves, but the Batman movie is by far the worst Batman movie. I'd rather watch Batman and Robin than the Batman. Like,
that's another film that Odyssey. Watch it for 3 hours. Don't feel like it's a 3 hour movie. Batman. I quite like the Batman, but at the end of it, you go, was that 4 hours long? It felt like it was like 4 hours long. Is it 4 hours long? Is it?
I usually find myself asking that about 40 minutes into it.
I like bits, but I just think it's too long. It's one of those films you go, put 45 minutes out of that. Be great. Really
Well, and I don't care if Batman is early detective days. He's just starting his detective work. He's the greatest detective in the world. He's supposed to be naturally good at this. If he can't figure out Rat with Wings and it's being Carmine Falcone, and he's like, well, it's the Penguin, it's the Riddler, who could it be? Like, it's the most BS. It's Matt Reeves' worst script by far.
Yeah.
By far.
Who's the comedian that keeps doing Batman? Oh, I've forgotten his name. I watch him all the time, and I've forgotten his bloody name. He does a bit. It's literally the last video I watched. Peter Holmes. Pete Holmes does a bit where he sacks all the characters of the thing. Have you seen that? But he sacks Batman. He sacks Mike Reeves' Batman, and he just walk in to the thing, and the police just let you walk in. And it's just completely mocking him. So things, Why are you talking so deep? Well, I'm cool and I'm edgy. You're a pussy. Get out.
the Bruce Wayne, Kurt Cobain just irks me so much. Like, yeah, Insomnia. I always forget that's a Nolan film. It's
Great
amazing.
film.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah,
That's
early Nolan just is perfect.
Cool. And the thing about Insomnia is it isn't just no remake. Doing a from Sweden is, I think the Swedish version is better, but like it's on par almost with the Swedish version, which stars Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah, nice. I don't know. It's one of those films you feel. It's like it's in 4D. You watch it and you hear it, but you like, oh man, that's what insomnia really feels like. I've had insomnia. That's tense. So I think it's one of those films that puts you really in that, it really sucks you in sort of thing. Great film. And yeah, Robin Williams. Right, boom.
Definitely check it out. Monk, you got any good, bad, and uglies for the Odyssey?
Sure. I would say that this is probably my second or third favorite film of his, next to Dark Knight and Oppenheimer. But Oppenheimer was really well done. The thing that amazed me about it was how Nolan has always been about practical, about putting everything in the screen, about not using visual effects, and not using green screen, about doing things the traditional proper way. And he totally did it with this. The Cyclops was a 60 to 70 foot puppet or animatronic, kind of like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. That's incredible. Can you imagine having to take that on site to the film shoot location and put that together just for the use of the Cyclops? And that's pretty cool to think about. Some of the performances, rated performances that people know and will not talk about, but I think should get notoriety, would be John Turturro. John Turturro was wonderful in this, in what he's been given.
Leguizamo?
The Hamish Patel, Leguizamo, yeah.
Leguizamo, yeah.
Underrated in his John Turturro, not John Turturro, Hamish Patel.
Yeah,
his Damon's second in command. I really liked his performance in this.
So good. I had no idea he was going to be so fundamentally part of this film either.
And then Pattinson
can do no wrong.
And then Pattinson has this way of making you. I personally liked his Batman. But he has this way of making you love him, and when he's the hero, and absolutely despise him when he is the villain. And he does it again. It makes me excited to see Dune 3 now. Sweet of the Cytel.
Oh, it's gonna be cool.
This is my favorite Pattinson movie. I think he's
really.
He is such a jerk, a cowardly little Weasley little turd of a person, and he does it perfectly.
So good.
He's excellent in it.
I think the only time we've seen him like this like cowardly and snivelly, kind of like that, and conniving. Is it The King, the Timothée Chalamet movie where Robert Pattinson plays the French Dauphin or Delphine, however you call it, say it, whatever. Mm-hmm. He plays a really kind of conniving, snivelly kind of character as well, and he ends up saying, "Okay, well, we're gonna fight one-on-one," and you can guess how that goes with old Timmy Chalamet there. But he does excellent. I actually did. Let me grab it. I should have it pretty easily on here. Can y'all guess who had the most amount of scenes in this movie? Obviously, it's Matt Damon, but with 46 scenes, who do you think would have the second most amount of scenes?
Tom Holland?
Tom Holland with 24. After that, Hamish Patel, 16 scenes. Anne Hathaway, 16 scenes. John Leguizamo, 15 scenes. Pattinson, 14 scenes. Corey Hawkins, who I didn't really see Corey Hawkins in any of the trailers or anything like that. he's got a smaller part, but he's great as that secondary suitor there, or like the second main suitor. Charlize Theron's in 10 scenes. Elliot Page has 6 scenes, and then Zendaya also has 6 scenes. Like,
you should
Elliot,
say Holland is very, very good in this.
this is Tom Holland's maybe best acting.
Samantha Morton.
Okay.
Samantha Morton was amazing.
Samantha Morton as Cersei. She made that scene incredible.
It's one of my favorite I think depictions of magic in like a really going for the realism aspect of it. It feels like, I mean, and you can see how terrifying it is for the people in the scene as well. It's not just like, oh, she's got powers and she's gonna turn us all into pigs real quick. You know, it's terrifying. They're just sitting there watching their faces just be just.
Yeah, and about practical communication, they actually had to do that, or like long CGI bit in the movie. I was just like saying, I'm totally with Secular on that. Probably my biggest good is the way he used practical. They built the ships, they sailed the ships, they rode. You know, he did only use CGI when he had absolutely no choice, and I do respect that about Christopher Nolan in this movie, and it. Particularly when you watch it on the big screen, it shows.
Yeah,
it makes a difference.
Like, you know, people were joking like 5-6 months ago. They're like, "Oh, I bet Christopher Nolan went and actually hired a giant 50-foot Cyclops guy," and then turns out, no, he just built one. You know, it was like, oh, you can joke about it all day, but he's gonna freaking do it. You know.
And all the hate, biggest movie of the year so far.
Yes. It's still not my favorite movie of the year. Project Hail Mary, I think, is still a fundamentally better film. I think the Odyssey's kind of lower on the totem pole for Nolan. I know that might not be an agreed sentiment there. With Muck saying it was your third favorite Nolan? Something like that, right?
Yeah, it would probably Dark Knight and Oppenheimer would be about it.
Dark Knight is Dark Knight's
just amazing.
Close to a perfect movie.
Yeah, no, this one, I have a lot of feelings with it. It's like the epic scale of it's amazing, but it's really not that great of a film. I hate even saying that because I thoroughly enjoyed it and I loved it. And what else really can it be if you're trying to put the entire Odyssey within 2 hours, 54 minutes? Like you said, Jay, I think it would have honestly been better. Spread out over maybe 2 films, possibly the full trilogy, simply because this was, if you really take a step back and look at it, and it's kind of hard to argue with what else it could be, but I think Nolan's so talented that he could have done more with it. It's just a bunch of bullet points, you know, and fundamentally that's not what a film is. At the same time, your scenes are your bullet points, but this is just the bullet points from the Odyssey that were like, yeah, this is worth taking. Oh, this is worth taking. This is worth doing. And you do, and of course they had to cut it down to under 3 hours for the sake of IMAX and stuff, but there's, I wouldn't say an integrity loss, but I'd say there's a fundamental piece missing that is leading for a lot of people to say it was boring, where you don't really get, like, easy example is Calypso at Charlize Theron, who does great in the film, and it is a little bit, it's different, fundamentally different than what Calypso has to do. Calypso is like creepily in love with Odysseus in the actual novelization of Homer's Odyssey, where this is like, oh, I love you, so I got to let you go. Yeah. It's not Zeus, and of course there's the lightning bolts in the background, but it's not Zeus coming in and saying, hey, this mortal is not supposed to be here this long. Get him off your island, or I'm going to do something to you. It wasn't like an actual threat from the gods kind of deal, which Nolan wasn't necessarily trying to do it as well. I do like the godlike things are also like ghost haunting him in a sense too.
And giving it a real world feeling as well. The Zendaya character of Athena was skipped over again, really. Again, I just think there was I think they did try to do too much in a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
But it's not boring.
No. I can see what people might think that.
The whole film the journey feels like a battle. The whole thing in the horse in Troy is phenomenally well done.
That's the best Trojan horse anything we've ever gotten.
Pointing out that all there in their shit and piss at one point they say, and I'm like, nobody's ever pointed that out before. They were buckets. They were like in their shit. So beautifully.
They point out that people are drowning under them because they're stuck in the waves like that, and they can't scream. They literally have to hold people's mouths or give them a straw to breathe out of, just for the sake of survival for a moment.
Threaten to burn it, and the one guy panics, and they grab hold of him and hold him. Sort of thing. I'm just like, that was the best part of the movie for me. And I've seen a lot of people saying the Cyclops scene was the best, and I did enjoy the Cyclops scene because again that felt so claustrophobic and terrifying. For me, the Trojan, the whole bit with and they're coming out of the horse, opening. I love how they're opening the gate. They're desperately trying to open the gate, and the Troy soldiers getting closer and closer. And I'm saying the tension in that scene is good. What I'd have loved to have seen was Trojan battle, sort of the bit with the middle part of the journey with the big giants and stuff, and then maybe more at the end, the Athena, the orchids, the thing, and then him actually getting home and the battle there. I think it would have made a beautiful trilogy. You can see the film is in 3 parts that would have been beautiful, could have been stunning. 2 hours, not long movies, but Sirens, they skipped over that so quickly. They went, oh, sirens, and then things like Matt Damon wanted to get him tied to the thing because he says, I want to be the one that hears it. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like, and well, I actually leaned over and whispered to my girlfriend at one point, Matt Damon's a dumbass in this. Why does he keep doing these things? He's a moron. Why did he shoot this arrow? And they don't really. I know in the when Homer described it, he described it for very good reason. It was a revenge thing, and but in the thing they just went, they killed some of our blokes, so I shot him with an arrow. He's 20 feet tall. What do you think you're going to do? You've already blinded the poor bastard. Leave him alone.
Yeah, you're just going to piss him off here. Yeah.
Off. And so there was bits that I think Homer explained better. And again, it's about the moral of the story that because of the way they did it in IMAX and thing, they kind of skipped over.
Yeah.
It didn't take away the point of the film for me. The point of the film is basically war bad, and it didn't take anything away from that. But yeah, you do feel it like, okay, sirens. I'm going to climb myself to the mast. Yell, and then we're going to go past it. And I'm like, okay.
There's for and stuff like that makes me feel like it was just so bullet. But you know what? Let's have another opinion jump on in here. Hello, sir.
What's up? Hey, Jake. How you doing? Long time.
Howdy.
A specular month. Sarah.
Hello.
And of
have
course,
you had a chance, sir?
everyone's MFer right there in the middle.
Have you had a chance to check out the Odyssey just yet?
No, I unfortunately have not. I'm totally going to, but Mrs. Chillin also wants to see it, and today just wasn't going to work like.
All right. Well, we're deep into.
But I will definitely
of
seeing it. Well, that's fine. If you know anything about me, you know I'm not scared of previous information.
Yeah, I mean we're literally talking right now about how it's kind of bullet pointed. Jay was pointing out the sirens didn't have nearly enough screen time and stuff like that, and that's kind of where I was feeling that with you, where we needed more context, and I think a lot of that context was given specifically to Damon from I love all the stuff in Troy. and I understand that it haunts the Odysseus character.
Mhm.
But I don't think half of it was necessary. I mean, it makes sense whenever you get. I mean, there's a little bit of a spoiler there, of course, but Zendaya is not just Athena. You know,
Mhm.
she doesn't
Look for that at all, was it? It just sort of went, oh,
It made it make sense. But also, like, the second they did that, I was like, okay, so is she a god? Is it not a god? Has Matt Damon literally just been like, is he just depressed this whole time and just seeing stuff? I don't think that was handled all that well.
So I don't think the time jump was handled particularly well. You know, like Matt Damon's the beggar from the beginning. I with my lady friend, she went, Matt Damon's the beggar. And I went, no, it's not, because it's this sort of thing. I'm like, I don't think there's been a time jump. And then I realized, oh no, crap, there was a time jump. It, like, again, like other Christopher Nolan movies, didn't make it very clear. It just sort of like, you have to sort of, I know analysis and thinking about a movie is not a bad thing, but at the same time, you're still going, that could have been done better.
Yeah.
Wobbly.
Well, I mean, for a story as large as what the Odyssey is, I almost feel like they should have given it the Hobbit treatment. You know, trilogy that mug. Even though you
Jay
really,
was just saying
even though with the Hobbit you kind of really didn't need to, for the Odyssey, probably would have been a really good idea.
Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. Yeah, the Odyssey is monstrous. Like,
Lord of the Rings took me 4.
I mean, if not a full trilogy, at least 2.
Yeah,
like, you
I'm
really
with you
need
there.
a good 5 or 6 hours to really get into that mode.
Yeah.
It's just
So, like,
such
a lot of the hiccups you guys are talking about is probably just due to having to cut it down to under 3 hours. And I guess it had to be under 3 hours because of the way the IMAX projectors die after 3 hours. Like, they overheat, they just can't do the mess. So,
imagine how I felt with my famously tiny bladder. Halfway through the movie, I'm like, I'm gonna miss. I will say though, I watched this at a cinema down in Birmingham called Real Cinemas in the UK. It's a bit of a change. It's only got 5 or 6 of them, but they're like cinemas from the 80s. The screen isn't massive, the chairs are old, but they make the popcorn on site, and they do this like caramel popcorn that's amazing, and it's like going to the cinema when I was a kid. It's absolutely brilliant. It's not all the posh fancy, like the Odeon has like this chair by me, and then he like leans back and it's like, wow, and this seat come up and it's like, oh yeah. But the popcorn's crap and the nachos are crap and the Coke's always flat. And, you know, real cinema.
Nice throwback theater.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was a lovely, like, pretty building and things. And there was a massive hole in the covering of my chair. So I was like, that's actually. Right. It smelled a bit funny, you know. It's like,
that's an interesting theater, yeah.
It's really cool. It's just nice. It's only like 4 screens. One of them was upstairs, sort of thing. It was really nice cinema. Old school. I won't be watching Spider next. I want the massive 3D thing, and I want to go boom, the sound go through me and what have you. But it was really nice. Only about 100 people fit in the screen in, sort of thing. It's just intimate. It's nice.
Yeah, keep it smaller and nice.
How was the crowd with like
Yeah.
Yeah, say that again.
I said, how are things with like people being on their phones or whatever?
Oh, I would kill them.
I had a full theater and I didn't have that issue at all.
No? Good.
I haven't had that issue in months on the theater.
Same.
Honestly.
It's happened to me once that a guy, about 5 minutes into the movie, his phone went off and he answered it and said, dude, no, I'm at the cinema. Oh, okay, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's just started, so it'll be a few minutes in. And I've never seen anybody get hated more so quickly. And about 5, 6 people me says, put down the phone. I'm
full vigilante justice in the middle of the movie theater.
I mean, he could have, I don't know, smacked the Queen and he wouldn't have been as hated as this guy was in that moment. for a British person to do that is just like a cardinal sin. In America, you'd expect it because you're all a bunch of heathens. But in Britain, where we're
fun.
It's like to do that. I mean, what a prick. I mean, yeah, I hate that guy. It should be kicked out and then murdered.
Yeah.
We should all be on punishment. What they should do is tie him to the door on the way out. We should also be like to slap him on the way.
Right.
That should be the law.
The theater employees come in, find him duct taped to his seat.
Yeah, and then we'll get to him on the way out.
Bring back just public outcries. Just
don't do it again. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. Yeah. I should be king. They should put me in charge.
There you go.
And America as well. Sort you like as well.
If y'all had to give
Marmite.
Skip over that statement.
If y'all had to give your favorite scene and your least favorite scene from the Odyssey, from those that y'all have seen. You just said Anne Hathaway?
No, can I have Canada as well?
Oh, okay.
I don't need to do much.
As long as you can put out the fires so the smoke stops floating over me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard it's really bad back east.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm gonna.
Are fires happening right now?
Half of Ontario's on fire, and it's all drifting into Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. That's crazy.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to move
New
Scotland
York, too.
over so you can have their water. Scotland's flooded as fuck, so they got loads of water. So you can, so
pick them up and pour them out on Canada. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I shall.
We need Polyphemus to come help us there.
We'll pull some ice. Best scene.
You got us good. That you got a lot of good reactions right there.
Yeah,
perfect.
100% tariffs on smoke and fire. Tariff fire.
It'll fix the problem immediately,
Yeah, and then
bang all of our heads against the nails real quick.
Speaking of messed up climate stuff, hey Harris, where in Texas is your family? Because there's a tropical depression forming in the Gulf, and it's about to whack everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Say that again?
I said I was wondering where in Texas your family resides, because there's a tropical depression forming in the Gulf, and it's about to smack everyone.
We're right there.
Oh,
that's exactly that's the spot we're at. Right where it's forming.
Nice.
25 minutes, 30 minutes off the coast right there. Keep a little swampy,
We haven't had any rain in like 6 weeks, and it hit 33 degrees centigrade at one point. It's 24 degrees today. That's more us. But I'm built for drizzle, and I'm bald, so sunshine bad. And my skin has been falling off for like a week.
Oh no.
Chilling. Bad. I burned there.
Oh yeah.
Not good. We really need some.
If you palmed the top part of your head, would it look like one of the orcs from Lord of the Rings, with the white hand on him from Saruman?
Well, my problem was I was
sunblock.
There we go.
Genuinely which is like what you do. So I burned half of my body, and I looked like a squash sweet. It's like half red and half yellow. So I was burned like that. So this tit was purple, and this tit was kind of yellow colored still. It's like
that Star Trek episode you'll always talk about.
Oh yes, I was like that.
Oh yeah.
It's evened out a little bit. I'm white as a sheet across where my glasses go, but I look really, really bad. You'd think that, wouldn't you? You'd think I'd think of that. I did halfway through the day, but I was already past the problem by that point. And again, British, not used to sunshine. They were kind of windy as well, so it never actually got hot, if you know what I mean. And then I just thought, oh shit, I'm going to catch the sun, but it was too late. And then I got a shower, and the red just went. Whoa! Like, oh, I look silly. I hope no one notices. They did. We had fruit cocktail sweets in as a kid, which was like half pink and half yellow, and I look like one of them. So the British friends will know what I'm talking about. I look like a fruit cocktail.
So we got a new nickname for you?
Jay's the walking harbor boy.
No, I'd still go with Bladder Boy or Supreme Leader. I like Supreme Leader.
Or the Catheter?
Ewok.
Supreme Leader.
Don't laugh at Supreme Leader. I like being called Supreme Leader. I'm Supreme Leader. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
At least that's what I was like. I look like a
Hey,
Republicanist.
I can't control what you think in your own mind.
We all agreed.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm the Supreme Leader. So I'm sorry, as a newbie, you just have to accept what we already agreed. And I maybe it was me that decided, but like when we do
Grandfathered in.
things like that, I get the finals because
I think there was vote tampering.
Again?
I think I allowed it. I think I was just like, I Donald Trump the crap out of that and just went, yeah, it's decided. That's me.
I'm Spartacus.
Spartacus. There were lots of things early on in the Stargate, in the SciTrek days that I just decided. But why shouldn't I? Supreme Leader. So.
That's hysterical.
Do we want to dive a little bit back into some Odyssey talk, or what are we thinking? So far, Sarah and chillin'.
Yeah. Well,
How do we convince y'all to watch it?
Definitively about it because I enjoyed all the trailers.
Yeah. I like what I've
And-
seen so far.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely enjoyed the.
Mhm.
I mean, Nolan and mythology.
Oh,
How can you freaking go wrong? Like,
Mhm.
really? And and because I'm me and think the way I think, of course, I've been on the internet doing the Meposian dance of joy over the absolute failure of a certain group to impact a damn thing
Mhm.
about this movie. I mean, I'm not going to go into like massive detail and like a full rant. All I'm going to say is some people need to learn that the only things they can destroy are things that were already going to fail anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, okay,
Yeah.
if we want to just address some of the controversies that have been kind of,
lady?
the which thing?
They hired a black lady.
Oh.
Lupita Nyong'o, Oscar, at least nominated, right? Did she win anything? I don't think she's won an Oscar yet.
Mhm.
But she's an amazing actress.
And she's fine.
Helen of Troy, though. Did y'all have any qualms or anything about that? Y'all thought it was good, great, little in the middle?
I mean, she's a hell of an actress, and she's beautiful. Helen.
Yeah, it's babe, I would. Do you know, the budget for this was 250
Yeah.
million. Still a crap load of money, but considering what they managed to make, I think that's
Yeah.
a bargain.
Monk dropped this knowledge on us
Right
earlier.
there.
65. Yep, 65 is about right.
And the fact,
Which,
Not forgetting that
and
streaming,
the fact that
blah, blah, blah.
go
on,
for
Rob.
it.
It's had a 257
and the
open.
fact that
Globally.
people are crying out over an actress who is arguably one of the best actresses in the world for a role that's 5 minutes long is ludicrous.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
saw her role was that limited, I was like, really?
Wrong colour, though. But you're talking about 750 million quid budget. Globally, it already took 3. So,
Oh yeah, this is going to be an $850 to $1.1 billion.
I would hope so.
That's the range I'm throwing out.
Yeah. Lupita Nyong'o, I thought her performances, because the twin sisters just like super fast.
something else they skipped over.
Mhm.
I thought the performance itself was great. I think if anyone has any qualm about what is there with Helen of Troy, Helen's a lot more in the Odyssey. She's a lot more, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean for all this to happen. Like I didn't want this war to happen the way that it happened. 10 years have like literally been wasted. I'm like, she's just profusely sorry to everybody, and she's not like essentially just like house she's not like house imprisoned by Menelaus in the Odyssey in the original text. In here, it's very much like Menelaus got you back, and now you're stuck in this house forever. And it looks like he's been beating her and cutting her and all kinds of stuff. And it's like,
doesn't explain that at all, does it? Why she's
I was like, it makes sense for this film and what you're going for, but that is fundamentally not what Helen of Troy would have done. And I don't think Menelaus would have brutalized the face of the woman he's spent the last 10 years trying to get back.
It doesn't give you any hint of why that happened, does it?
None at all.
He'd done it. They just made the point of it'll only launch 500 ships now. Made a joke out of that she's fucked up. But I thought maybe that happened while she was Troy. I don't know. But it doesn't. They didn't even try to tell you why.
No.
Didn't she have an affair or something?
Well, her affair with Paris is what started the Trojan War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
So maybe Paris did it. Get in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't know that part, because it's just like the performances all around were amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't like the way they made Helen. I think they lessened Helen's character in the story. I think the
really relevant to the story though, is it? That's not really.
She's not. But the little bits of relevancy she has in the Odyssey, she didn't get in this one. I mean, she does like briefly say like, "Tell your mother I'm sorry," and or like whatever she says. But the rest of it's just angry Helen, and Helen's not the angry one in the original text. I felt that was a little disingenuous, but also it worked for the story at hand. It worked for Nolan's film. Yeah. Same thing kind of with the Lastrygonians, the giants with the armor that were just supposed to be throwing rocks at them rather than swinging frickin' giant pole armor kind of things. Looked cool. But if you do need to go to the bathroom at any point in the movie, the Lastrygonians are when you need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Chaps, I'm going to... Queen, I'm going to say good
evening. I have to go, by the way. So I have to go, you guys. So bye.
We'll leave you losers to it. No, see you later, guys. It's been emotional as always, but
it has.
See you later. Bye, Sam.
See ya.
Bye.
And then there were 3.
Oh, you beat me to it. You totally beat me to it.
But yeah, no. It felt while we're talking the controversial topics and stuff. Elliot Page's performance was great.
I heard they were really good.
Really small role, but is a looming over presence of the entirety of the film. I think that could have been. It was very well cast. I think that role could have been played by many other people, and been just as good. It was for the sake. I'm prefacing with the role was very well cast and very well done. But the casting was for the sake of the casting and for the 30% that SAG requires you to actually go out there and get your special boxes checked for your role, for any film, for any SAG film. Again, Elliot Page did a damn good job. I don't. If I'm trying to nitpick, you can tell the voice that is coming out of the person. You can tell did not start off as Elliot Page at a certain point. Right, wrong, or indifferent. It's just someone really making a deep voice and like, hey, man. And that was a little distracting, just a tad jarring. And that's where I'm like, anybody could have been cast in that role. And it does seem a little bit like stunt casting to a degree. Nonetheless, Elliot Page did a fucking damn good job. Especially in the undead scenes. Were so good. So good. But yeah, that's about with the controversial aspects of it. They both did. Lupita and Elliot Page both had fantastic performances. And where a different actor could have been maybe in there for Sinog. And I wish maybe Helena Troy would have been a little closer to Homer's Odyssey. It was still, both were just chef's kiss at the end of the day.
It should SAG having
thing that it's
not really
a thing. It's a thing with most directors. You have Wes Anderson. He casts a lot of his people from the same group. A lot of Nolan's the same way. He's going to cast people he knows. Knowing quantities, people who know his work, know how he operates. So I understand why he did it.
Definitely. And he worked with Ellen Page in not Interstellar, in Inception. And a great role again, he knows who to cast and where. And Elliot Page fits into that bill 1,000%. Now that I don't think any of the qualms people have had with it the last few months are worth note. Just go see the movie, form an opinion. Don't have an opinion and a line in the sand that you're not willing to cross before even seeing something. And we've seen a lot of that the last few years on the old internet. But yeah, and a Chinese actor. One of the crew members. I don't know. I didn't have any issue with anything like that at the end of the day.
Don't forget, people were also griping about Himesh Patel as well.
Who can gripe about Himesh Patel? The dude just does not. He does not bring it every time he does anything. He's one of my favorite, most underrated performances.
A lot of reviews I saw were like, Himesh Patel was in there 15 minutes, and the entire 15 minutes was nothing but aura farming, and it was awesome.
Was nothing but what?
Aura farming. Is that accurate?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, he's in it for more than 15 minutes because he has the third or fourth most amount of scenes.
Nice.
I think he has 16 scenes of what we just read earlier. He's the only people ahead of him are Matt Damon, Telemachus, and Penelope. So Tom Holland and Anne Hathaway. And then Himesh Patel is, I think, fourth largest on the docket. And he does a really, really, really good job with every single moment he's given. Every single moment.
I was reading Pattinson was also an amazing dick.
Yes. And Pattinson has more scenes than him as well, I believe. I believe Pattinson had... I can bring it back up. We just read all the scenes off a minute ago.
But yeah, I was seeing a lot of people who were like, Pattinson acting was amazing. I hated him. His character. I hated his character so much. He did such a great job at being a dick. I'm like, that's awesome.
The unsung hero of this entire...
It's true.
Oh, it's so good. Pattinson does so well. Monk, tell me if you agree. The unsung hero, and you did mention him earlier, of this entire script and story is John Leguizamo. Eurymeus, I believe, is the name of the character.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, if we are addressing controversies for a little bit, John Leguizamo being the same guy to say, well, anybody that's not the actual race, religion, or creed of the character should not be playing that race, religion, or creed. And then here comes John Leguizamo and some whiteface a little bit later. That's gotten a little bit of controversy and stuff, and it does a little bit of a oxymoron and a little hypocritical. But again,
when you're that blatantly hypocritical, you actually deserve some. You deserve.
Yeah, and he is as much as I love John Leguizamo, and I've met a few people that know him from his stand-up days and have nothing but praise for him. I've never met anybody that's been in the same room or just 3 degrees away from him that has not just said an amazing man, an amazing actor, so on and so forth. Dude's gotten a little extra political than necessary, and something like this should bite him back just a little bit because, hey, dude, you can't say this and then go literally you're not remotely Greek. You're not remotely European in this sense. Why you can't have your cake and eat it too, essentially, at the end of the day. Controversy, stuff like that aside. Oh, he's so good in this movie. He's so damn good in the movie. It's not even funny.
I've heard that a lot too.
He's the heart of the film. I mean, obviously, there's the heart of Telemachus and Odysseus just both being in it's just they don't really know each other, but the love of getting back to one another in a sense, and obviously Penelope plays a huge part in that as well. But there's a father and son like relationship that you want to form, and you can kind of see bits and pieces of it almost growing there. And what's going to happen when they finally meet? All these different things, and that is like the overlying heart of the story. The underlying heart of the story is how much people love Odysseus. Why do they love Odysseus? Yes, he might be prideful, but why was he prideful? Because the entire country of Ithaca, all of the people around him at that time were prideful in him. He had a reason to be prideful, and right, wrong, or indifferent, where it gets him later in the story. Sometimes you got to eat a slice of humble pie or 10 years worth of humble pie in this case, but oh God, John Leguizamo does so good in the film. I think his performance is probably my favorite performance of the film outside of Matt Damon. Because Matt Damon just...
Yeah.
And
Samantha Morton.
And Samantha Morton. Just a little bit of time is so good. Oh
yeah, I saw people talking about how like the one scene that they filmed with her, like as soon as they hit cut, everyone was just like,
it's so good. I mean, Samantha Morton doesn't miss. She's not like a household name by any means, but and I don't think this is going to change that. But I wish it would, because she's so good. She doesn't pick a role that, or even get offered a role, whatever the case is in this case, that she doesn't just hit it out of the park and then some. Because oh my God, yeah, that's true too.
I mean, yeah.
Samantha Morton as Cersei is my favorite depiction of magic in like the realism sense I think I've ever seen. The only thing I could compare to it like naturally would be werewolf transformations on screen, and to watch someone turn somebody else into different creatures is and like tangibly, I like the way they shot it too. Obviously, you know, there's some up to interpretation kind of things with the stuff, but it's the way, I mean, like you pointed out earlier, she's literally ripping into other actors' mouths, kind of like spreading their jaw, and like it you feel, and you almost can follow the anatomy, I guess, is what kind of threw me off while watching it, but like excited me at the same time was you can feel the anatomy turn from person to pig. And it's just, it's so meticulous in the way it's shot and the way, I guess, Samantha Morton moves her hands across people's faces. I don't know, but it's so good. Yeah, very close to some Robert Eggers there, which made me so much more excited for Werewolf later this year. But you know, that's later this year. Well, Creatures and Cryptids, that one. I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, she was really good in the Walking Dead, for sure.
I believe she is.
If that's her. Are you checking? Or you want me to check?
I can look at it real quick.
While you guys check, I actually had a question that I think could be interesting to discuss, and it's this: a lot of the great directors in the 20th century, Debbie Kubrick is a good example. Film Shining as a science fiction film in 2001.
It's a little garbled. You mind saying it again? Sorry.
One thing yes. A lot directors pick genres, specifically austere directors. They pick genres. So Kubrick had his horror movie with The Shining. He had 2001 as a science fiction film. Every time he chose a film, it was a different genre deliberately because he wanted to make the best film in that genre. Spielberg does that too, to a certain degree. I think Nolan's doing something in a very similar way. I think this is Nolan's anti-war film. this is Nolan's path to glory.
Yeah.
This is Nolan. This is his. This is a film to check that box. So maybe what he's going to do next. Is he going to go with a horror or something? Are they going to stick with what he already has?
You know what he says up next.
What?
He's got a horror / thriller that he's been thinking of for the last like 10, 15 years that he's really thinking to do. And he said that's next up on the docket, which I'm very excited for. But no, I'm right there with you. I thought Oppenheimer was more blatantly anti-war, and this one was more anti-war in the sense of showing you the depravities of war, rather than just telling you about what could happen because of war. In the movie, I kind of, while sitting there at a certain point, I was like, this is medieval Oppenheimer. In that sense, where it felt anti-war, but also the I guess slight spoiler here, but it's fundamentally part of the story, but also a theme Nolan chose here. If you don't want to, if you want to cover your ears for a second, chilling.
I'm good.
Because in here, the thing that made me really think that, like, oh, this is medieval Oppenheimer in a sense, or not even medieval, pre-medieval. Oppenheimer and Odyssey would make a great double feature.
You better put a catheter in if you're going to do that.
Big time. Big time. The thought that I guess brought it up was at a certain point, you're in a flashback of Matt Damon in Troy in like the Iliad portion of everything. And Odysseus is kind of thinking, and I believe he's talking to Calypso, I think, at the time, because she's trying to get him to remember everything that's happened. And he says this was the Trojan horse was, and he feels the weight of it, and that's part of his pride breaking in the moment, was the humanity will never be the same after this one event. This one event changed the respectable war front, kind in a similar sense, like the Revolutionary War in the States. You know, we started guerrilla warfare because that's the only way we were going to win. We couldn't just meet the British out on the battlefield and and just start shooting. We did it for a little bit, and we were losing like in a horrible way at the beginning of the Revolutionary War. We had to, and a little patriot Mel Gibson coming to mind here, but like characters like that, but from the actual revolution, had to go out there and present guerrilla warfare as a different tactic. And Nolan kind of almost utilizes this in a similar way, where he says people were the Trojan walls were where they were. Their army might be outside sometimes. Most of the time it was the Greeks all just running up to the gate and fighting, and that was just part of it. But then they tricked him. And after that trick happens, warfare will never be the same. The way humans treat other people won't be the same. And you see that happen from the story of the Trojan War, because the story of Troy looms over this entire movie as well. And they make it a point to do that. Like the few minutes of Travis Scott being in it as the muse, banging a stick and telling the story. Zeus's law. Zeus's law is being thrown out everywhere. Zeus's law essentially was like, and they call it Zeus's number one rule, which I don't know if it was truly his number one rule back in the day, but I like that they called it was like essentially the golden rule came from Zeus's rule, which was treat others as you would be treated, you know? And you see Zeus's law just being completely broken over and over and over again. And certain characters like John Leguizamo calling people out for it. And certain characters like Pattinson and Corey Hawkins saying like, we're past that. I mean, Troy happened. You think you think that it's a respectable way to fight, a respectable way to do this? No, you have to trick people into getting into a situation sometimes. And it felt like the way Nolan placed that in the film was similar to Oppenheimer, where oh God, what's the quote? I am the destroyer of worlds, or you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
where it felt like, okay, after this atomic bomb's been made, humanity will never be the same. There was a big parallel with that, and I did appreciate that. Beautifully done.
You see Damon's character's reaction to all that went on, and you see how everything that happened to him affected him, and they were the people that were the people that caused it, and it was just rolling through the movie that everyone heard about these people. They weren't identified until Damon said, "No, we were those people. We did this, and we are at fault. And it's time for a new generation to try something different."
And I mean, to go off of that, like it was amazing and sad that the Sea Peoples are coming. The Sea Peoples are coming. They're taking over different lands. These things have happened. For them to only to realize, the stories we keep hearing are about us. We're the Sea People. We've been taking out civilizations. We've been hurting people. We've been doing this. It's talk about that swallowing some humble pie real quick and having to chew on that, you know. It fundamentally changes Odysseus at that moment from what he was before, because he's not trying to be the smartest person in the room. It's not like he really was ever either. You know, he's there for duty in a sense, and to save Ithaca from having Agamemnon's wrath come at him. And it's so subtle, and it's done really well. And it's still like one of those underlying kind of arcs that tends to happen in this one, which has got a few of. I
went ahead just for fun and looked up that Oppenheimer quote. It's "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," which is funny because that in itself he didn't come up with that. That's a quote from the Bhagavad Gita.
Which, hey, can we have Nolan do the Bhagavad Gita next? Who's making the Aeneid? I want the Aeneid now. Let's get all these epics, please.
Right?
Yeah, Corey Hawkins and Samantha Morton was Alpha. Yep. A lot of Walking Dead people, which was cool.
Okay, yeah, she was awesome on Walking Dead. So yeah, right, Icarus, through that.
I think Spider-Man's gonna make even more money because of this movie. The people that will go see Odyssey rather than Spider-Man may now go see Spider-Man because of Tom Holland's performance in this film. We really haven't talked about Tom Holland much. And realistically, outside of Matt Damon, he was the casting choice. I was like, okay, all right, let's see.
I agree with that. I was like, wait, what?
It was really good. It was really good.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to him, I've seen a bit more variety of takes on his performance than I have with just about anybody else.
It's I wouldn't rank it in the top 5 to 7 best performances in the film. But not a soul gives a bad performance in this film. And that's not a knock on Tom Holland. That's saying, damn, Nolan did well here, and directed his ass off and got a bunch of actors to act their ass off in there too. It was solid. Tom Holland is just this is his most consistent film, I think, acting wise. The few times he's done things outside of the larger franchises, I can't remember the name of the movie he did with Robert Pattinson, like 7 or 8 years ago. He plays like a young Southern guy, and Robert Pattinson's a preacher. That's definitely a bad guy in there. And that, I think, was his best performance outside of anything MCU, because I'm not even going to put Uncharted in there. And then this, I think, is his best performance, hands down. I do think this is his best performance, hands down. Maybe outside of him as a little kid, actually. And what's the movie called with him, Ewan McGregor, and Nicole Kidman, the Indonesian Uh,
I got nothing.
tidal wave, tsunami. That's what I'm looking for. It's
I got nothing.
yeah, that's a great movie as well. This wasp is in here, and
Oh, I was wondering. I couldn't tell if that was in your thing or if
It's
it
a
was in front of my screen.
big old wasp. I'm hoping it goes out. Nope, it just flew towards the garage opening, and it did not go out the garage side.
You have
shoot.
a shoe handy.
I do.
Mm.
I was gonna grab my hat, but the shoe's probably better.
Yeah, especially if it's a bigger watch. Got a thicker carapace to get through.
Yeah.
Are you allergic, or do you just dislike them severely?
I usually don't mind them, but this one seems to be it wants to be part of the stream right here. The impossible. Thank you. Yeah.
Murder hornet action, no big deal.
You know. Monk, did you have anything thoughts on Tom Holland? Any thoughts on just the performance or anything like that?
Well, the only things outside of this that I have really seen him in are MCU related. So it's one character. And so it's hard for me to differentiate there. I thought he was good in it.
Yeah.
I thought his casting in some ways could have been a bit of a stunt casting to get the younger demographics to come to the movie. But one thing that surprised me, and I was actually happy to hear about, is that apparently he was supposed to film the Spider-Man movie that's coming out in a little bit first. But he went to Sony and said, no, I want to film this and then do Spider-Man, or I'm not, or I'm opting out of Spider-Man movie, which Sony wouldn't want. So
No,
I thought that was kind of interesting.
If anybody could have force Sony's hand there, it's Spider-Man themselves, you know, and had a way. It was solid. I was just thinking of another performance, and now I was gonna ask you, smaller performance, smaller role in here. I forgot who it was till we saw him get but Agamemnon, as Benny Safdie as Agamemnon was the presence there.
Right.
I didn't love the
Say it
costume.
with me, Harris. Agamemnon.
Agamemnon. There we go. I was like, I don't think I'm saying it right still. Agamemnon. There we go. Fourth time's a charm.
Better late than never.
Touche. You know? Did you feel like his presence in the film was kind of an overarching presence, even with him not having a huge role or anything?
I thought he did well. I was actually unaware that it was Ben. I knew he was in the film. I didn't know who he. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I saw a little blurb about when Nolan called him up, Himesh Patel. Like, hey, what kind of shape you in? Himesh is like, kind of like an A, and Nolan's like, you're going to have to fix that. And that was the end of the conversation.
I feel like after Oppenheimer, Nolan would just talk to him and said, hey, just hit the gym for a year or two. We'll be back. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. And if Chris Nolan asks you to do that, you don't say no.
Definitely not.
Another smaller role that kind of has an overarching presence as well. What'd you think about his brother, John Bernthal as Menelaus? Yeah, how do I have the harder names? Agamemnon. I'm going to still mess it up. But yeah, John Bernthal as Menelaus. Did you think it was just John Bernthal being John Bernthal, or do you think he actually kind of brought it? Because I love him as an actor, but he does play adjacent to John Bernthal about 90% of the time. Do you think it I'm wondering how to word this question, because I feel like his performance helped bring more out of Tom Holland's as well, if that makes sense.
Well, that does, considering those two are like super close.
Mm-hmm. their scenes
The
together
only
were
thing
awesome.
I'd have to compare his performance to would have been his performance in Wind River. Have you ever seen Wind River? And he was really good in Wind River for that. So
Wind River's so sad and so good.
I haven't seen that one, but
It's Taylor Sheridan, right? Was that right before or like right after Sicario?
Ooh, I like
just after.
Okay.
I like me some Sicario. That movie good.
He does really well.
Just a quick little aside. What's funny to me, and this completely random, has nothing to do with nothing. But ever since him and Ritas were both on The Walking Dead, it's like they're having a contest to see who can sound the most like this as they get older.
Let me tell you something. It's gonna be John Bernthal. As much as I love Norman Reedus, it's gonna be John Bernthal. And if you're talking about John Bernthal, you have to say, "Let me tell you something." It's part of it, you know.
Actually, I saw a clip of an interview where he was like, "That got popular with me, and now literally every script I like, a project I do, it's in there somewhere. I don't even improvise it. Someone just puts it in every single script,
and it works."
It does.
Oh God. Who does that voice best in this film? Who I'm so freaking sorry for the guy right now, and it's Amazon. I think it's not a great business decision. If you have to hold off for a year, you have to hold off for a year. But Ryan Hurst in the Odyssey is an unsung hero right there. As mentor, he's great. He's excellent. Oh, you see him having like a sparring session with Telemachus at a certain point, and kind of earlier on in the film, and the entire time I was just like, "No, turn around. Is that? It sounds like is that?" And then finally, you get to see his face. I'm like, "It's Ryan Hurst." I mean, I was by myself in the movie theater at that point, strangers around me, so I couldn't scream it, but I wanted to scream it. I was like, "It's the man!" And I, of course, was so sad. Like as I got out of there, I was like, "Oh, he's no longer Kratos. I don't even care about God of War, but I was gonna care about God of War because of him, real quick." And
yeah, that's a bummer.
They should hold off for a year.
Shredded his bicep, has to have surgery.
They have so many crazy projects over at Prime right now. They should have one more.
I was about to say, except for the one they should have.
You know, it's
bitch.
Or as Alan Tudyk in Resident Alien says, "Son of a bitch," you know, just come on. Opie, the man.
Let me tell you something about that's his Sons of Anarchy character, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think I had to read somewhere because I did not recognize him with like the beard and all the hair that he was the Remember the Titans dude.
Yep, he's the guy that passes in Remember the Titans.
I was like, wait, that's what? Like he got huge after Remember the Titans. Huge.
I mean, just those two roles alone, not even including this one, the guy's got range. The guy can do a lot. Of course, those are both like gruff dudes, but like, just remember the Titans character is so fundamentally different than Opie in Sons of Anarchy or Mentor and here. A lot of the other roles he's played, he's a talented guy, and I was really, really looking forward for him to get his kind of time in the spotlight as Kratos. And hey, and he's also Walking Dead. True.
Shit, when was he in The Walking Dead?
I stopped watching before he got in there, but he plays one of the Whisperers, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. He was, yeah.
Yeah, I stopped watching after season 8 and a half, right after Carl got, because I was like, really? Carl's not even my favorite character, but you're really going to do this to the guy just because he turned 18 and asked for an actual paycheck as an adult, and you're just going to kill him off and write him out of the show? That was enough for me to be like, I'm done Walking Dead. As much as I loved you, I can't do it any longer.
I didn't know that was the deal.
Yeah, because I knew that was the deal, and they just literally screwed Chandler Riggs over completely and utterly. I was like, nope, sorry. If that's how you're gonna treat your like mainline character essentially that's left, and here we are. But yeah, no. He was Beta in The Walking Dead. There you go. If only him and Samantha Morton could have shared a scene in the Odyssey.
Yeah, I remember him now.
Well, we are an hour and 40 into this guy right now. Y'all have anything else you want to talk about before we start thinking about wrapping it up? Because I know FIFA's on right now, and I'm about to go downtown LA to go check that out myself.
Wasn't Travis Scott in the Odyssey as well?
Wasn't he like a bard or something?
Thought I heard that.
He's essentially the bard. He's the muse. He's got two scenes. He's the very first voice and person you see in the movie, and he also prefaces essentially the return of Odysseus at the end of it. The semi-end of the film, about 2 hours into the film. Literally, the second time he pops up is... I looked at my phone. I think I told you all this on Radical Wasteland on Friday. I had like a little brief, just like jumping in and saying everything that I thought about the film super fast. And about 2 hours into the movie is whenever the return aspect of Odysseus kind of actually making it back to Ithaca happens. And I looked down at my phone. I was like, is this only going to be a 15, 20-minute sequence? Like, I hope we're not so far into the movie, because I was like, it doesn't feel like I've been here 2.5, 3 hours or whatever, but I know I've been here for a while, you know? So I checked my phone, and there was a full 50 minutes left, and I was like, yes! Because you need that meat to tell Odysseus's like story of actually getting back to Ithaca and being the beggar, going inside and trying to find a way to reclaim his throne and reclaim his wife, you know, rather than let one of the suitors go to her. And they gave just the right amount of time for this film, which was really nice.
Noise.
Did the rap work instead of a poem? There was no rap. It was it cut, or there was never going to be a rap? There was never going to be a rap. If anything, it was more like slam poetry, you know?
Spoken word without the beat behind it.
There wasn't even a beat behind it.
That's what I'm saying, with no beat.
Yeah, he had his staff and was... And that's the only thing you had. And it wasn't even that fast. It was more of a 4-beat thing. It was a... to like really kind of enhance the story being told, and it was really well done. Another character that could have been played by anybody, but I guess it was cool to have Travis Scott there. If you're trying to get some extra people in the seats that might not typically go see it, Travis Scott might convince somebody to go see it, you know? Because he could just go to any of his concerts, and just be like, go see the Odyssey! You know, like, right. He could do that at any point.
Sure.
But it was solid. He was solid.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait till the wife's ready to go.
I'm sure we're gonna end up talking more Odyssey next week after everyone's got another chance to see it or actually seen it for the first time.
Right.
This is one that's gonna be on the mind for a long time. All the goods, all the bads, all the uglies.
You can really keep it going, talking about like Cyclops and Minotaurs and junk and creatures and cryptids.
Yeah, we barely got to talk about Polyphemus, and I mean we mentioned the Laestrygonians and stuff, but there's we can get nitty gritty next week if we really need to, and throughout this week too, of course. The Odyssey, if we want to talk a little creatures and cryptids this week, we could bring it up and talk about Polyphemus and maybe Scylla. You know,
that'd be cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still won't be around.
No one even talked about International Stargate Day. It wasn't International Stargate Day, was it? It was just people in Rotterdam, right? I think it's
Rotterdam.
I think so. And it was just people talking about. You're not talking about Stargate, but it was just a fan event, right? I am. It looks like I will be driving out to San Diego this next Saturday and helping out with James Kerfoot and the Save Stargate folks. So I'm excited about that. So I should be out there next week because they're not inside of the con. So I didn't have to try to buy like a $1,600 ticket last second. I was like, I can't do that if that's the case.
Right.
But all over the world.
Oh, feel free to pass out those coins that you received in a certain package from Friday.
Yes, which before we jump out, I do have to go run inside and grab them. But you want me to go show those off real quick?
Do it.
Sure.
All right. Y'all talk real quick. I'll be right back.
Hi, Monk.
Hello. Hello.
I cannot wait to see this flipping movie, though. Holy crap. Oh, I want to see it before I go see Spider-Man.
No.
I'm one of those. I like to see stuff when you order it happens. But, yeah. As soon as I first heard about this movie,
it's one of those things you're probably going to want to see more than once, though.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I have never gone to the theater for a movie more than one time. Ever. I've never been a repeat.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been a repeat viewer in the theater. I go to see it, I'm like, hell yeah, or what the crap did I just watch? And I'm good. Until it comes out, well, back in the day, until it came out on, way back in the day, VHS or, moving on to DVD, Blu-ray, whatever. Yeah, I've never been a repeat theater goer for one movie.
Whew.
You're muted.
I'm muted?
No.
6. I saw Mission Impossible 6 3 times, so I will see things multiple times.
I'm with you. I think that's the best way to form an opinion a lot of times. Yeah, I didn't realize that. He didn't tell us about that. Yeah, I mean, I would have been there if that was the case. I had no idea.
Huh.
Yeah, shoot. Alex says, I saw it last night with Dad and didn't like it. My dad was really disappointed and almost walked out. The first third was so boring, the guy next to him kept checking his phone. The first 30 minutes, it's very jarring, and I will. The first 20, 30 minutes didn't really grasp me all that much. The first 20, 30 minutes is you getting used to them using an American dialect, and you're like, this just doesn't feel right.
That's what I was going to ask about.
And after a certain point in the film, like after the first act, you are. Not even after the first act, because this first act is a little bit longer than most, but after that first about 25, 30 minutes, you're like, okay, I'm in it. I'm used to this. We're good. But the first 20 to 30 minutes of the film, you're getting used to the dialect. That's the scenes where you have Tom Holland going, well, my mom. And you have Robert Pattinson going, well, you're pining for a daddy. You never knew, kid, and stuff like that. And you're like, what the hell are we talking about here? This film, one of the bad things about it, I would say, if you do have to like focus on a bad thing, would be an American dialect. If you're gonna make an English film, use the proper English for this. Use the kings and queens English for it. Like that would have made this film for the folks that don't love it. I think it would have helped a hell of a lot. And all the actors there are talented enough to put on an English dialect, and if not, I know dialect coaches that y'all come talk to me and I'll send you to. Like, what? There was no reason for it to be an American dialect at all. And the first part of the first act, it is very distracting, I'd say. You get used to it, and then it's fine. But you got to get used to it first. And this being such a long film helps in that, because by the end you're like, oh yeah, I'm fine. But then you're fine. Oh no. Well, for now, I will show off your beautiful work, good sir. Because actually, I'm going to show this. No, I should show it first. Tomorrow, Sarah and I will see y'all on the Patreon watch if you're a Patreon member for the Galactica sessions.
Ooh.
Beautiful Battlestar Galactica work that Monk's put together here.
That's
It's
dope.
great.
That's super dope. I like that a lot.
It's awesome. The other thing we tend to be catching on a weekly basis right now happens to be my favorite version of a dystopian sci-fi that's currently running outside of the Fallouts. And try to make sure the pieces go together correctly here. Can y'all see well?
Yeah. Yep. Silo.
Oh.
Yep.
That is so cool. It's so damn cool. These are going up right above the chalkboard over here.
Nice.
Probably right after this stream, if I had to say so.
Now, are you gonna put that in a frame or like glue it together?
It's kind of the way Monk printed it. It's kind of because it's all 3D printed, so you can see it's.
Oh, okay.
Somebody with Braille would just enjoy this as much as we would, you know. There is a bit of a natural frame around it as well, which is pretty damn cool. So it does sit up really well. Whenever I like prop it up against something like that, they do tend to sit. And that is only a testament, of course, to this man's engineering over here. Or this way. I think this way.
Yes. Yeah, you got it right there.
I unmirrored my screen to make it easier. And then there are a bunch of these. So this is what Monk was saying. I should go pass out at San Diego Comic-Con, which of course I shall. Because you know what's important right now. We need to save Stargate.
That's great.
We got to save Stargate.
That's great.
It's too poignant, too pertinent.
Dude.
Too damn good.
I applaud you, Monk. That's some good stuff right there, brother. That's
The
good stuff.
each print just gets crazier and crazier. It's awesome. It's so cool. Thank you again, sir. Thank you.
Dave.
The feet stomping. Yeah, no, they're so cool. I'm excited to show some folks at SDCC next week those things. Besides that, though, we're about 2 hours into this guy now. I gotta go sprint downtown and stuff. Might need to make the drive down just to get those stickers. Come on, come hang out. You'll see me wearing probably not this because it's gonna be too damn hot to be wearing this. But I'll have my Stargate Outpost shirt on. You can't not, you know. But it ought to be fun. It ought to be a lot of fun. Monk, do you have anywhere or anything folks can go to check you out that you'd like to promote or anything?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Well, chilling, good sir. Where can folks find you? Obviously Wednesdays and Saturdays, but anything else on the horizons?
Not till the next show comes out. I think take that back. Currently on Wednesdays we're watching episode X-Men 97. But since it's only those are only 27 minutes, I jump right into news after that. And Saturdays is always news. Now, next Saturday obviously is Marvel's Hall H presentation. This upcoming Saturday.
So are you taking a break that week, or are you going to cover it? Okay,
no.
I was about to say. Okay, cool.
No, but it also is my mother-in-law's birthday that day. So depending on how busy we are, like my original plan before I was reminded of that, mostly politely, was I was going to go live at about 8:15 because the panel's 8:30 to 9:30 Eastern.
Aye.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So if that doesn't happen, I'm still going to go live at 10 like I normally do because allegedly word on the street is the trailer's going to drop on YouTube and Disney Plus an hour after the panel ends, which would be a half hour past my normal start time anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the Doomsday trailer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna be all, whether I can start right at the beginning of the panel or not, I'm gonna be all over that thing.
Yeah, one way or another, it's gonna be a fun one.
Oh yeah, 100%. So
I'll be in that chat hanging out, good sir.
but yeah, so that's in the immediate future, and then like depending on what day some shows release, I'll do a watch party on a Tuesday or Thursday. Like in April, when we had The Boys, Invincible, and something else, I was streaming 4 nights a week for a couple 3 weeks in April. It was just because all
that was a lot of fun.
It was crazy, but yeah. So, but yeah, mostly news streams and watch parties when it's necessary.
Perfect. Well, if I can sneak into the con and go into Hall H for you, I'll do some cool camera shots and get them sent over to you.
Bro, that would.
I don't know if that's possible, but
all right.
I'm sneaky. We'll do some guerrilla warfare. Throw them off, right? I don't
Exactly. No, you just throw like 3 Stargate pins right in their face and then run right by them.
Yeah, honestly, just shuriken, Stargate,
exactly,
safe Stargate things at them.
It like batarangs, but then with the Stargate symbol on.
We'll call them Daniel Jackson rings.
Oh.
Throw them out. Excuse me, Michael Jackson, Daniel Shanks, whatever his name is.
Right.
Well,
Jaffa
all right.
Stars. Jaffa Stars.
Honestly, though, can we have like ninja Jaffas? Like that'd be great. That would
be amazing.
I think that's it for us today. We are very close to that 2-hour mark now. Of course, you'll see all of us talking some creatures and cryptids here soon. See y'all Thursday for that. And of course, Thursday evening for a little Radical Wasteland. Friday morning for a little Radical Wasteland to talk Silo. It's kind of hard to show again. I said too many things on top of it. But you saw the Silo poster from a few minutes ago. We'll be talking that, of course. Monday, of course, tomorrow, Sarah and I back for Galactica sessions. Tuesday, I'm going to do some membership streams for chronological watch through, if I can say the word right. Agamemnon and chronological are my words of the day right now. And Wednesday we'll have some more Stargate Outpost, and then we'll try to get Matt on there to talk some of that stream he did. Yeah, I'm shocked he had the full 4 hours. Anubis had Ninja. There we go. Maybe? I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't remember. That stick of toes.
I need him apparently. 4th to 15th times charm for Agamemnon. I've said it right now, and it's not going anywhere. But God, it took me a second to get there.
Yeah. Oh, it would have been fun if the replicators just started like turning some of themselves into stars and just whipping them at the teams.
Yeah, Monk's gonna start printing out replicators, and they're gonna come alive in his garage. Watch out. Watch out.
Well, it's either.
If you want a replicator, I can get you one.
I will not request anything. I appreciate everything that you have, Sid. Just be wary if you do print out replicators. Don't let any Cersei magic hop in there. Because good luck, Chuck, after that one.
Right. Then it'll be a race between replicators.
Good Skynet idea.
Well, all that being said, this has been a very, very fun Sci-Fi Sundays. We're literally at our 2-hour mark. We don't hit those super often, but it's a damn good time when we do. Oh, the rocket. Eat the rocket over here. Happy Sci-Fi Sundays, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging with us. Y'all know we love and appreciate you so much. This has been a lot of fun. It's been Odyssey time. Go check it out if you haven't yet. Let us know what you think. Stay cosmic, SciTrekkers, and we will see you in the next video. Adios.
Peace.